Hi, good morning, Your Honor.
Hello. So we're here for discovery. Where are we on discovery?
Well, we have talked with the state, but we have most of the discovery. I just need one thing I need to follow up with them about, but where we're at right now is really just being able to get an offer, and I think Daniel wanted to address that.
Judge,
Yes.
so the state, we intended to call the detective in this case to have a meeting with him, just to talk about the case before we possibly approach admin and the family about an offer. So I just wanted to do due diligence before taking that step.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recall this for 30 days. At the 30-day time period, all the discovery needs to be completed and state you need to be prepared to make an offer. All right, Ms. Ferguson, on bot, can I have a 30-day reset, please?
Yes.
All right, March 7th. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Hi.
Good morning.
Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. All right, so we are here and today is plea deadline day.
And Your Honor, we have received the plea offer and we have rejected it.
Okay.
This is a complicated case. We will need to approach the court ex parte on some issues, as well as need time for investigative work, additional investigative work. There are medical records in this case that we need access to that we don't right now. We're working with the court, but
Has anybody subpoenaed the records?
we haven't subpoenaed them because we just got to the point of realizing we cannot work it out. And that requires going to the family of the complaining witness who's deceased. And before we went that route, we were trying to figure out if we could work it out.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Samuel Box, set this for jury trial within 60 days. That's your trial date. Because this has been on the docket since January.
And with all due respect, it has not been the defense that has been asking for the resets. It has been the state so that they could confer with their complaining witnesses.
Well, I mean, I'm saying it's been January as it relates to discovery. So,
And at the last setting, and they let us know that there was medical records that actually were relevant that we don't have access to that are of the deceased. So that were relayed to them by the complaining witness's family. I just spoke with the complaining witness's family. They don't have those records at this point. So
and see, this is the court, and I'm not trying to be combative, but this is what I don't understand. I don't understand why people don't go forth and try to seek out all the discovery. It seems we're in the information age, but people don't want information. It's the nature of this case, I would think, and if I'm wrong, correct me, it's a manslaughter. I'm thinking automatically there has to be some medical records and people would want those medical records. So it's going to be set for jury trial within 60 days and you all subpoena whoever you need to subpoena and whatever happens, happens. But discovery has been going on since January of 2024. And here we are in April and no records have been subpoenaed. So, Ms. Ferguson.
June 11th.
All right, June 11th is going to be your jury trial date. Once you sign the reset form, you all are excused. All right, thank you.
I apologize. Can I get some clarification? Is that the announcement or is that the picking of the jury?
Let me see.
Tuesday, it's the beginning of the jury.
Yep, selecting of the jury.
Okay, is it possible to also then have a date the week beforehand to come in to handle any pretrial matters or?
Oh, you'll have to just schedule that with Ms. Ferguson.
Okay, all right, because we are gonna need pretrial
Sure.
motions and stuff.
All
Okay,
right, thank you.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Good morning again.
Hi. All right, you all are scheduled for jury trial today.
I filed a motion for continuance yesterday. I came in last week and talked to the state. I talked with Daniel Escobar. They're not opposed to the continuance. We requested medical records from the primary care provider of the deceased complaining witness. It was over 1,500 pages. Was in back-to-back jury trials. I've been through most of it, but at this point, what's telling is that particular complaining witness went to his primary care provider the day before and verified that he was taking 20 different medications.
All right, so let me stop you. One, I don't have a copy for the motion for continuance, so
Sorry.
no problem.
There you go. It's all in there.
All right, so here's my question. I don't know anything about your case. This manslaughter case, is it involving a vehicle?
It is.
Okay,
Both parties were in a vehicle.
all right. So this is, I guess, alleged to, well, the state is alleging it's manslaughter. I'm assuming there's
We,
accident or
it
something.
is, and the
Okay.
point of contention is gonna be causation, so that's gonna be a heavily litigated issue.
All right, we're going to go on the record. Court is calling 2023 CR 8868 State of Texas versus Samuel Brock. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Andrew Harrison.
Defense,
Jody Sawyers.
and are you Mr. Bach?
ma'am.
All right, defense has filed a motion for continuance. State, do you have any objections? All right, so this case has been going on in this court since January 2024. And I'm just receiving information that there may be medical records for the complainant. Why am I just now receiving this?
That's a great question. The state asked for 3 continuances while they said they were talking to the complaining witness, and we thought we were gonna work this case out. And when they talked to the complaining witness, they still had to talk to their superiors. So the state got 3
Wait,
continuances,
complaining witnesses, it's a manslaughter that they,
their family, his family.
the family,
I
okay.
apologize. To be clear, his family. So, I mean, we thought we were gonna resolve this case. And that's what we were led to believe at the last setting that we had. We were not able to resolve it. And that is what shifted gears. So we are not, I mean, we have the records, but we don't have the records that are behind the autopsy reports that we now need. Because as I put in there, the drug screen initially just says no drugs detected. But now I need the underlying data because I have something that actually contradicts the fact that this particular complaining witness would have and should have had stuff in his system.
so you're assuming that because he was prescribed these medications, he was taking these medications?
Well, he said the day before to his doctor, he was taking them. So that, and coupled with the fact that I need to see what they screened for. It's possible that they didn't test, that these wouldn't have triggered, and I need to know that. So that's where we're looking for that data as well from the state, as well as we need time to get experts, which we believe it will take us approximately 30 to 60 days. I'm asking for a reset toward the end of August.
Okay, I can tell you right now, we're not doing 30 to 60 days for a jury trial. You all are coming back because this is an old case. We've been dealing with discovery since January. And I know people don't think that's old, but in this court, that's old. So this is what's going to end up happening. We're coming back, and we're coming back on July 15th. On July 15th, state whatever records you have from the autopsy report, whatever medical data as it relates to drug testing needs to be turned over at that time or before that time to the defense. And defense, you need to specifically address with the state what you're looking for with regards to those records. And then you all need to be off record and talk to the inmate and see where the toxicology report is. Does everyone understand?
Yes,
The records that you've received, they're going to have been reviewed by the 15th. Okay?
now, Your Honor, just to let the court know, I have had a vacation letter on file for the 15th through the 22nd for months now. It's my 50th birthday.
Oh, no, you got to celebrate your birthday. So we're going to come back on July 10th.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Oh, and happy 50th.
Thank you.
They say that's the best one.
I keep saying it only comes around once, and I was like, so did my 49. I don't
Yeah.
understand why we're.
And you know, when you tell people you're 29, that's the one that they don't believe. Because when I was 29, they're like, you're not 29. Either, nobody is ever 29. They act as though that age does not exist. But when I was 50, those were the days. All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Who's here on Samuel Bach? And where is your client?
Right there, Your Honor.
Come forward.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning. So where are we on this case?
Judge, so we subpoenaed the toxicology paperwork and all of the testing paperwork from the ME's office. They did provide that last night, so I did check this morning. It is uploaded to e-discovery. I just don't know. I know it takes a minute for defense to get it on their end.
So I was unaware that it had been tendered. When I got here today, I was asking kind of the status. I have not seen it. And also, even once I do see it, I will probably need to have an expert look at some of it to make sure like what it's telling me.
All right, Ms. Ferguson,
Yes.
recall this for August, I'm sorry, not August. Wait a minute. Yes, Norma, recall this for August 26th. Yes, this is Bach.
Just give me 2 seconds.
And whatever you all need, if you all need to have an expert, then that needs to be done before that date where you have an expert.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Number, what page is he on?
Okay.
All right, so my understanding, all discovery has been received. Today is the, we did have a plea deadline date previous on September 17th, but there was some slight issue with the discovery, and then I called you back here. So my understanding, you still are requesting a jury trial?
We are requesting a jury trial, Your Honor. We are ready, but I need to give you a couple of things. First off, the expert that we have is only available for tomorrow. And I was anticipating asking the court, it's the forensic pathologist that would do toxicology, testimony. And if the state had not rested and we couldn't take him at the end of the day tomorrow, I was gonna ask to take him out of order. He is unavailable on the 12th past that. Otherwise, we're ready in regards to the logistics of the case. I will let the court know that I am been under the weather. My daughter has had a cough and cold for 3 weeks. I have an appointment that I made again this morning for 4 o'clock.
Notice how I'm squinting my eyes?
So what I'm trying to say is that I do not know if she potentially has bronchitis or pneumonia. We've been in and out of the doctors. We're not going to.
So you're asking for a continuance?
I think that I can go, but I would ask for a continuance if you're like it's not a hard request, but those are the issues that we're dealing with.
Did you file a motion?
I did not file a motion.
Are you going to have objection to an oral motion for continuance?
The objection,
I love candor.
as far as the witnesses go, I would not be able to rest my case tomorrow for her expert to be able to testify tomorrow.
All right, and so would you have an issue with her expert appearing by Zoom? All right. We're going to go on the record. Court is calling 2023 CR 8868, State of Texas versus Samuel Allen Bach. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Megan Galloway from the state.
Defense?
Jody Sawyers.
And are you Mr. Bach?
Yes.
All right. My understanding from our conversation off the record is that the defense wishes to raise an oral motion for continuance, and state is the court's understanding that you have no objection to the motion being oral.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, defense, it's your motion.
Your Honor, we have an expert witness that is Mr. Jellick, who is not anticipated to testify. He has been subpoenaed for tomorrow. He is not available on the 12th or thereafter. We've conferred with the state. They do not believe that they will rest in time for us to get to him tomorrow. I've asked to call him out of order. And if that's not possible, then we are asking for a continuance based off of that. In addition to the medical issues that we raised prior, that are personal in nature and have nothing to do with the case.
Okay. All right, court will grant the defense's oral motion for continuance. We are going to come back here on December 19th. On December 19th, you all will confer on a jury trial date, and that will be your jury trial date.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, once you receive the reset form and you sign it, you're excused, make sure that you put your email address on it. All right, thank you.
Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning.
Very hectic today.
Oh, it is, it's attorneys want things at the last minute. I know family members are calling at the last minute, so we're trying to accommodate. All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court, but you always do. So my understanding is you're requesting a jury trial? And have you received all discovery?
We have.
All right, so your plea deadline date has expired. The court will not consider any plea bargaining agreements without good cause. Otherwise, you have to plea open to the court. Do you understand? All right, so jury trial date?
We did, it was August 5th is what we've been given by Norma and agreed upon by the state.
All right, if you all can make sure, she just stepped out in the door, I think, to talk to somebody. If y'all will make sure that the acknowledgement of the discovery has been complete, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. You're welcome.
I think it has been. We've already. did-
check before.
Okay.
Let's get the facts straight. She loves a verbal ashtray. Never blowing smoke when she gets pissed. She's quick to castrate. Love her on a good day, love her on a bad day. Either way, she's here to stay, stay, stay. Call up, holy, 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 holy.